Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, all praises and all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, right? That's facing the east, right? Facing Jerusalem, giving all praise to the Most High Yahweh. He is through His only begotten Son in the name of Yahweh Shai, means He delivers. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, to the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, to the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching the truth with sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom, to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This is your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. And this is fair use, educational purposes only. I'm not making any money off of this. This is just for educational purposes only unto the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, unto the elect of the power of the Bible, right?
City leaders across the country are scrambling to combat illegal drug use in public places. That is something that many of us frequently see. Scenes like this, sidewalk in downtown Seattle. Good evening, everybody. I'm Monique McLaughlin.
And I'm Aaron Wright. Our cameras were rolling as SPD drug enforcement officers moved to enforce the city's new drug law. Cairo 7's Jake Chapman walked 3rd and Pike. He joins us now. Jake, you had an interesting update on what you saw today.
It's something I didn't think was possible, but the person we showed you at 5 o'clock who was arrested in this very alleyway behind me, he is back out on the streets 6 hours after being arrested for openly using what police believe to be was fentanyl. And those officers actually came up to us, and they're looking for him right now because he now has a felony warrant for his arrest. And while SPD says this new drug law they're enforcing is a step in the right direction, they also believe there's a lot more work to be done.
That this is not a one and done. We can't do it once and solve the problem. We have to continue.
A crisis?
You can sit there, grab your stuff and get out of here. This is the worst I've seen it.
Out in plain sight.
It's an epidemic that's affecting everyone in every aspect.
Open-air drug use continues to cripple parts of Seattle.
The biggest heartbreaking portion of it's just the repeat deterioration of folks.
Especially in places like 3rd and Pike in the heart of downtown.
It's just an absolute corridor of drugs and rampant theft and violent crime, and more of us would greatly help.
We tagged along with these SPD officers to see exactly how they enforce the city's new drug ordinance, which makes open-air drug use illegal. And these officers, we're busy.
It's nothing to round a corner, stop somebody, walk 50 feet, stop another person, walk another 50 feet, stop another person. All right, y'all, sign it back up and get out of here.
But as most of this crowd leaves this alleyway,
all right, you, take a seat. All the way down.
officers spotted this guy openly using what they believe is fentanyl.
Here's the deal. Narcotics use legal in the city, right? Can't be using fentanyl.
These officers then take the guy's information to see if he's been stopped before or has any warrants. They also offer him a pathway to treatment.
I mean, is this a quality of life you want to continue, or is this something you'd like to improve?
But in this case...
All right, go ahead and stand up for us. Go put your hand behind your back.
Police also search the guy.
So in that baggie before we field test it, what's in it?
Yet even with this new tool to combat the ongoing problem, Seattle police say they need more officers on staff to patrol other hotspot areas.
You know, the more officers that are out there, the more people you can reach.
And on the prosecution side of things, half the cases they referred to the city attorney's office have been declined for lack of evidence.
The jail won't take him on his warrants. He'll probably be released from the precinct because we can't take him to the jail. And he'll be out on the street using narcotics long before we get out. We'll probably have an overdose before we even leave the precinct again.
And while SPD says there's still plenty of work to do.
But I think there's more that needs to be done, and I think those discussions are happening, and I'm always optimistic we're going to get there. We're always optimistic, and we always try.
And back out here, we have seen a few people openly use as well. Going back to the person who is now out of jail, police are still looking for that suspect. But as we were wrapping up our shoot with those officers today, we spotted another person openly using just another issue in this ongoing crisis. As for those numbers from the city attorney's office, we put those numbers on the story on our website, KIRO7.com. Live in downtown, Jake Chapman, KIRO 7 News.
Right, so this is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved harden his neck suddenly shall suddenly be destroyed, that with and that without remedy, right? So that's this place, America, right? It hardens its neck to reproof, right? They ain't got to listen to anything. They're the standard of so-called. Now they're the standard of beauty, right? Right. So that's why the blonde hair, blue eyes is the standard of beauty. That's why you got a lot of Judite, real dark brown skinned women, right, wearing blonde hair, which don't make any goddamn sense, right? Because this place, you got so-called dark brown skinned people bleaching their skin so it could get lighter, right? Because this place is destroyed. But Babylon the Great, right, says he who hardened his neck, right, in the Amplified version, and refuses instruction. So openly, that's what it is. The Bible is instruction. At the end of the day, it's instruction, right? People tell you some BS. Oh, you don't need instructions. Why would you need a Bible? But you need instructions for every other thing that there is, right? You got an instruction manual for a radio, a car, a vacuum cleaner, whatever it is. It has instructions, and then the instructions, a microwave. You think, okay, I've used a microwave my whole life, but if you actually read the instructions, it will actually allow you to use that microwave in such a different way than you've ever used it. And it'll be more beneficial, right? But that's the things. You could do certain things, but if you had instructions, right, it'll carry you further. But these people refuse instructions, right? After being often reproved, corrected, criticized, will suddenly be broken beyond repair. And that's this place, man. That's why you got people on the side of the street in front of the police saying, fuck it, I'm finna get my last hit. I'm going to jail. Because they figure if this motherfucker finna take me to jail, I'm finna get my last hit in. And they're smoking it up in front of the police, man. They don't give a damn, right? That's these folks, man, right? Yeah, and America's so far gone, it's without repair. Even the elite know that. They know it's without repair. You cannot repair this place, right? So what happens is this place is deteriorating, right, as we speak, right? Matter of fact, yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 11, right? I'm gonna do it in the Amplified version. It says, your pomp and magnificence have been brought down to Sheol. Sheol means the grave, right? Basically, a pit, grave, low condition, or death, right? Because this place is dying. This place is on hospice. America is on hospice, basically. It's just waiting to just pretty much kick the bucket, man. You go listen to these financial experts and these people who invest, and they're telling you to buy you a little bit of gold, buy a little bit of silver, but even that's only going to help you so much, right? Because you can't eat gold, you can't eat silver, right? You know what I mean? All along with the music of your harps, right? And the music and the things have decayed in this place, right? Right? It was party and BS, like the song Notorious Big put out, you know what I'm saying? And in the 90s, early 90s, it was nice, man. I mean, it was pretty fun, right? But as you could see, as things get more and more deteriorate, they had the lockdowns. They're about to go into another lockdown real shortly. You're going to see how bad this place have decayed and deteriorated, that this place is basically, it is the grave, right? Right? David said, save me from the valley of the shadow of death. And this place is the valley of the shadow of death. Wherever you turn, there's death. Wherever you look, it's either death or the things that lead to death, right? I mean, and that music of that song used to come on, or was it Thursday, Friday, happy days, Friday, happy days, hey, and you just, hey, all those happy days, you know what I mean? They're gone. They're gone, right? Right, the 50s, the 40s, the 50s, the time of Esau's ruling, hey, is about at its end, right? It says, the maggots, which are worms, maggots, right? Because that's really what this is. You got your mega or maga, but really you're just maggots, right? And there is no make America great again. There's just maggots. It's not mega, it's maggots that's decaying. That proves that this place is decaying, right? Bridges are falling. They got fake crashes with boats falling into the bridges, going into the bridges to collapse the bridges. You got actual bridges just collapsing because it's just that old. It has not been had upkeep. You got roads decaying, potholes, and all sorts of different things that's in these roads, right? The financial system, and just in itself, it got potholes and things that they're propping it up, but eventually that bubble is going to have to pop. So the maggots, which prey on the dead, right? Hey, and that's what's happening, right? That's why you're in the drugs, right? And that's part of the maggots, right? Part of the influx of illegals coming in. Those are maggots just eating at the system, right? Deteriorating the things that you were supposed to have, Social Security, things you were supposed to have to retire, and things to so-called that would have made America great, but these politicians are all about filling their own pockets, and they have to listen to what the elite has to say, and the elite is telling them, hey, do away with Babylon. Do away with Babylon, in which every place, because every place, whether you know it or not, they're all getting rid of their dollar in order to bring in the digital currency. So there would be no place where you could go where you could say, hey, I can hold fast to something physical and still be able to buy and sell it, and still be able to buy and sell, right? Because what he said, he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, all, right? The Lord tells you that in 2nd Esdras, that it's going to be woe unto the world, right? For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, for the whole entire world. And that sword, starting with the elite, and the elite is saying, hey, they're going to put down the hammer, and hey, you have to get the charagma, you have to use the Karax in order to have and grapple the right information in order to buy and sell, right? So it says, are spread, right? All these people doing drugs, they're doing it right in front of the police, everything. This place is corrupted. I mean, those cops are corrupted. They're probably the ones, they probably fake arrested the guy. Arrested him, took him around a corner and released him. That's why this guy's saying, oh yeah, 6 hours later, the same guy was still there. Yeah, because you probably never actually really arrested him. You were just showing face for the camera, right? That was, what I mean? Which some of that stuff is true. They if they do arrest them, they either smoked it up, they're poor, they don't have a lot of money, right? So when you go and you take them, it's lack of evidence, right? So this is why a lot of these cops plant evidence on them, so they can they can keep the big fish out and arrest the little fish, and it makes it look like they're doing something, and people go, hey, those cops are doing something finally, And this is what they're showing face for, to seem like they're finally doing something about some things, right? It says, but yeah, people were right back out there, open smoking, right? Right in front of everyone. They don't give a damn. Hey, in Seattle, hey man, they're about their drugs, right? They're smoking right in front of you, and spread under you as a bed, right? Because you're supposed to lay in your bed, right? This is your rest, right? You're in your bed. This is your rest, right? Because that's what it said. You put forth righteous decrees while you layeth in your bed, while you're in your rulership. But see, your rulership while you're in your bed, it's decaying right under you, like as a bed right under you, like, as you're laying down. This thing is decaying and worms are covering Babylon, right, which is America rulers, right? Hey, see, you're corrupted by the money, the politics, and the Illuminati. You're corrupted. You're a so-called red-blooded American. You're supposed to love America, but you don't love it. You don't love it that much, not enough to die, because they're going to kill you if you go against their agenda, right? Right, because this is their rulership. So that just reminded me of when that part said bed, like worms under your bed. It reminded me of Micah 2 and 1. So woe, which means destruction, right? If worms are underneath you, you're decaying, it's dying. That's what it does. It eats the dead skin. It eats the dead flesh, right? And this place is dying, it's decaying, and that's what's happening, man. You're allowing immigrants of all sorts of different races and different places, which most likely are soldiers and real terrorist cells and things like that is being let in here to basically further the decay of this place when all hell breaks loose, right? You know, and not to mention the drugs, the things that's going on, the drugs that's allowed to be let in. I mean, they have a goddamn magnifying glass or some type of spying equipment that could see from outer space down and could see a fly on your shirt, right? They have stuff that can see from outer space and see a fly on your shirt. It can zoom in that close, right? You mean they can't see drugs are coming in through the country? No, though that is decay. Those are worms. That's decay, right? But the Lord said, "Woe," which means destruction, death, murder, the taking of your kingdom, right? You ain't gonna have a kingdom anymore, right? Weeping and gnashing of teeth when the ICBM missiles hit, right? It says judgment is coming to those who devise wickedness and plot, right? This whole thing of the New World Order is a plot. It's a plot, right? And plot evil on their beds. So while you're plotting evil on your bed, what you're not really realizing is your bed is filled with worm. It's filled with decay. It's filled with maggots, and you're dead. And it's displaced your kingdom and everything with it, right? Because you think you're gonna self-sabotage this, and somehow you're gonna be able to evade the Most High. But the Most High is telling you what you're gonna do. He's saying you're gonna put some type of device. You're devising iniquity, which goes into whatever scheme you do. And if it's actually used by a device, you're devising iniquity, right? With the device that's going to go under people's skin, right? A grain of rice under the people's skin, whether you're going to buy or sell. Save he that had what? The mark of Esau, the mark of Cain, the mark the mark of the New World Order, right? The mark that says you could buy and sell under the dominion of Satan, right? 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 Because you want to offset prophecy. Because if you can get all the Israelites, and if you can get all the prophets, you can get all the elect to somehow get that, then it'll offset, and there will be no reason for the Lord to come back. But even then, the Lord said he will destroy this place. If it's no Israel, he's going to just destroy it altogether. So either way it go, it's a lose-lose situation for you, which it even tells you that if it were possible, you would deceive the very elect. But it's not possible. If it were possible, but it is not possible. Right? So your bed, who plot evil upon their beds, when morning is come, right? So this the time of your when you, as soon as you got in your rulership, during the time of well, really, I guess to go back to the Greeks, to Alexander the Greek, but the main part of your rulership is once Cristobal Colon. That's when you got that higher heights, and that's when technology, not long after started increasing, started coming by faster. You know what I mean? I believe like in the 1900s is the first plane. By 1800s, right? The first plane. By 1900s, you're using planes for military purposes with guns and things like that. I mean, that's how fast Esau works with doing weapons of mass destruction, right? Right? Because that was a weapon of mass destruction. Those planes, the little single engine planes that were made just for enjoyment or just to crop dust or just to, It was made to be something greater than a weapon of war, a weapon of mass destruction. But that's what I mean. This is what you use it for. Anything created, you're gonna turn around and turn that into a weapon. That's just you. You plot evil upon your beds, right? When morning is come, right, in your rulership, right, through Cristobal Colon, Christopher Columbus, they practice evil because it is in the power of their hand. Right? And that's what it is. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, and who is he, man? It's in your hand. Right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9 in the Amplified version. I'm going to go again with the Amplified version on this side. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she was not to be healed, right? It's unable, right? The economy's too bad. The people are, too bad. The things are corrupted. Matter of fact, I forgot to mention that because the moral decay of America, right? That worm, things dealing with the moral decay, right? The moral decay is too far gone. This place is too far gone. It's corrupted in every manner, man. The music, right? The music, like I said, the music is gone, right? Because the music is corrupted, right? Right? Everything is commit adultery with this chick. Everything is kill another black man, and then this and that. And then you got country music, but then, it's all right. You know what I mean? At least every now and then they so-called give a praise to God or whatever, and they're not talking about killing each other, but I mean, a lot of that's played out. You need Jake to come in and take it over and give it some flavor, which that's ultimately what they did. They start throwing in a little bit of trap house beats to the thing and trying to liven it up, and man, it's crazy. But even then, hey, you got a lot of adulterous songs and things like that, right? With this music, so. But Salakia, let me keep going. Abandon her, right? And that's ultimately what the elite is talking about doing. But everybody's going to abandon this place, man. Even your adversaries. Your adversaries are going to abandon this place and going to shoot missiles on this place also, right? Abandon her and let every captive return to his own country. See? And ultimately, we're the only people who don't really recognize that we're captives. But I like how that says it, because the Lord also said that he will return the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Right? Right? So, because really, we're the only ones who's captives in this place. Everybody else can come and leave as they please, pretty much. But you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, when have you ever left America? And if you did, you had your passport and this and that, and you came right back here. Something about this place draws you right back to this place, right? So, we return, each captive returned to their own country for her guilt and judgment have reached unto heaven. See? And that's what's ultimately happening right now. That's where that decay and all that things is happening, because you tried to put that off on Jake. And most of those people that's out there smoking is so-called white people, man. Most of that thing, that fentanyl thing, there are some Jakes doing it, but most of that is a white man's problem. Fentanyl and meth and all the other type of things. Those are white people problems now, because you giving Jake what, crack and heroin and things like that, and now that thing has manifested unto you and your people, right? Yep, has reached to heaven, and are lifted up to the very sky, man. The Lord is finna cause a great judgment to come upon this place, and they would have healed Babylon if it were possible. It would have been healed, right? Right. So this is Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. In those climactic, right? Climactic, right? And this is the definition. It's the definition of climactic. Of action, events, or scene acting as a climax to a season's event, right? And similar word goes to final, end, finish, closing, right? So this is talking about, and this is for you people who tell you that the Old Testament is done away with, right? This is actually a prophecy that's gonna be a climactic thing, which is about the end of it all, right? Right? In those days, right? In that time, right? In those days and that time, right? Climactic, right? Days and at that time, when I will restore the fortunes, right? The fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem, right? So in those days, which the Lord said that the enemy, the wicked, is heaping up treasures for the last days, and they're heaping them up for what? For the elect, right? You're heaping them up for the elect's sake, right? While your place is decaying, while your citizens are decaying, while everything is falling to pieces, man, right? Right. So it says, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 3, in the Amplified version. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the passion of her sexual immorality, right? The passion, right? Because they're passionately following after this place, man, right? And now that it's starting to decay, and now everything is not looking so great, and the Israelites have woken up, we're standing on our feet, exceedingly great army, right? And all the things, even in their places, is starting to decay. They're not the only one that's doing a de-dollarization. Them trying to make it look like it's just America, but every country is dropping their dollar also in order to bring in the digital currency, right? Don't let it be fooling you, right? But America's dollar is dropping, right? I mean, you can't ignore. So like, yeah, we can't ignore that, right? And the kings and the policies political leaders, like the kings and political leaders, right? Which goes into, right? They let you know, man. Right, I love that. That's what the kings and political leaders of the earth have committed immorality with her, right? And everything they do is corrupt and immoral, man. They have what? They're doing sex traffic, right? Sex trafficking women, children. They're harvesting organs, right? They're doing it right along with this devil, with this place, with Babylon the Great, right? right? And the main organs they're looking for are you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, because our organs are better than theirs, because we're the Israelites, man. That's why they stole Henrietta Lacks's organs, and they're creating medicine after her organs, after her DNA, right? Right? Says, and with her and the merchants, right? Because it's how you make money. You got to be selling that merchandise, right? You got to have that new merch, right? As Sakari says, come get that merch, right? You want to get that merch, you know, of the earth, have become rich, right? And that's what everybody's getting their reward right now. They're you know, they want their thing on this side of the spectrum, right? And then they want it on the next too, but that's not gonna happen, man. You have received your constellation. You have received your reward, man, on this side. You wanted riches. You had this the so-called your tithes. I think even when the brothers brought out the thing that it looked like they were at a strip club, one of the first things Sakari showed was how much money that they had in their tithes. And this goes right along with the world, with the decay of this place, that even those who so-called know the truth and were involved with the pure, the Tahar, right? Apostle Tahar. Tahar meaning pure, man. You had the pure facts, the pure truth, and your thing is to be corrupted and still go after money, right? Instead of the sincere milk that's gonna save your life, right? Which is the scriptures, right? Right, and ultimately that's what it is, and that's what everybody is doing. They're following behind this devil, Esau, Edom, and all these other nations, right, and become rich by the wealth and economic power, right? In which that's what all America ever talked about. They had this economic power, but it's starting to dwindle. It's starting to dwindle, which every nation's their thing is dwindling. They're gonna get rid of their dollar to bring in the digital dollar, right? To have of her sensuous luxuries, right? If I said that right, it's lucky if I didn't say it right, but yeah, and that's ultimately what it is, and that's everybody's comfortable in this place. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people," right? And that's the elect, man. And we're come out of this fucking place right into the chariots, and this place is going to be destroyed. The Lord said, "I will return, or I will bring back, right, the captivity of Judah and Israel." And that other verse says something. I will return their fortune. What's the fortune of us, man? To be gods, to not be able to die, for our body to be changed, to be called up into that chariot, and your body be changed in the twinkling of an eye into a god where you cannot die. So come up out of her, my people, so that you will not be a partaker, right, in her sins and receive her plagues. But see, there's other camps and other people who wants to receive that. They want the riches and the spoils of this world right now, right? And they're gonna receive those plagues that's meant for this place, right? That's meant for Esau, Edom, and the wicked of our people. And that's just how it cut it, man. And that proves God is a righteous power, man, right? So for her sins, crimes, transgressions have paled up as high, propelled up, not propelled, paled up as high as heaven, and power, the Most High Yahweh, has remembered her wickedness and crimes for judgment. And so this place is going to be judged. So call Allah Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, right? To the elder bishops in Connecticut, the other elder apostles in Connecticut, the elder bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To your sisters, you Akhwathim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and Abba Kwam Yasharallah.